thought I told our players that they played with tremendous heart, playing as hard as they could. Just in the Big East, it's not good enough. You have to have some purpose to that and some toughness. Just playing hard doesn't always work, and in the end, when it comes down to the last 4 minutes, you just can't get in your own way. Having said that, there were some bizarre plays, some bizarre whistles that, before I get into it, I'd like to look on replay to see if they were the correct call. Because again, we do foul. We did play a lot without a purpose as far as our positioning and playing with our hands instead of our feet and our bodies. But it was interesting the last 2 minutes that it was decided by a whistle by a certain individual referee who decided to take upon himself to decide the game.
Mike, do you feel like you're being singled out? Does this team feel like it's being singled
No,
out?
I don't.
Because I only ask because you guys have had 46 more fouls in your last 6 games.
Well, we're an aggressive team. We have to learn, I guess, to play with more toughness in the paint and to finish better and to drive. We're an attack team, so it's again. I didn't mind probably 30 of those calls. The last 2 minutes, I don't know where you come up with that. And again, I could be completely wrong. I'd like to go and look at it before I criticize.
Which whistles are you referring to?
I'll talk to you later.
Within the last 2 minutes, do you think your team lost a little composure, gave up a layup, and the number 22 hit a shot in the lane unguarded? Was there a little loss of composure?
I think there was. Again, it wasn't exact. It was the second or third option we were getting into. Dane drove the ball. Our point guard naturally just has to start as soon as he puts his head down. He has to just get back. He can't stand and watch. And so that's a team shows a little bit of immaturity, and that's again getting in our own way and finding ways to win. Because I'll give Georgetown credit. Their offense was brutal for a while. They just hung in there and found a way to win. I give them tremendous credit for that toughness.
Losing Baruta with like 5 minutes to go, and then some of your other bigs were also foul trouble. How much did that hurt?
It hurts. I'm used to being in foul trouble. Like the reporter from the Newer Star Ledger said, we seem to be always in foul trouble. And so we have different pieces. But maybe it's not the foul trouble, it's the actual foul that they committed in the last 2 minutes. There's just no purpose. There's just no purpose to it swinging randomly when you have 4 fouls. You have to play with more purpose there.
Is that why you went zone after that foul?
No, I went zone because they were just beating us up. They found an option to their offense that was working, and that was the cutting and posting. Our guys did a great job of taking away their cuts, the flow of their offense, and then we didn't get around to a front, and they were bullying us inside.
When you look at the box score at halftime, what goes through your mind?
We should be up more.
Right.
But again, if you foul, there's more than one way to score. I mean, free throws are just they go on a scoreboard also. So again, you're playing hard, playing with tremendous heart. Just not much purpose.
Mike, did you intend to foul them so often early on in the game?
That's next.
Mike,
We intend to foul.
the rebounding, was that just a product of Gill and Olsen being in trouble, or did their guys just...
They're pretty good rebounding, long length. Their length definitely hurt us. Again, some of the byproducts of us switching in our formula is we sometimes get mismatches, not necessarily on the floor, but boxing out. So they do a good job. And again, it doesn't help when Gilvitas and Austin are committing those silly fouls, it seems.
Coach, were you happy to get the shot that you got there at the end to try to tie it? Or
No, I'd like to get one more dribble out of Eli. But yes, I would want Eli in space with a ball screen. It just has to learn to seek the contact, embrace the contact. We try to run away from individuals too much. Instead of, you see in veteran ball clubs, Big East guards, seek that context. Whether it was a Hedge or Henry Sims, you got to attack the big guy's feet and you got to attack his body. And we seem to be just trying to run around people, and maybe that's why it was 37-7 in free throws.
Mike, do you guys take anything away from this?
that we have to play smarter and better positioning. We're learning from our mistakes, and we've made a lot of mistakes in the first part of the season. But the last 4 minutes, not getting back, some of the mistakes, the fouls in the zone when who had the ball in the middle of the zone and waited. He stood there to be guarded for about 3 seconds, and none of our guards dug down on the ball. Just those things. You got to learn to win basketball games.
Okay, 2 more questions.
You guys held Hollis Thompson in no shot second half, 1 for 5 for the game. Did you pay a lot of particular attention to him, or is that just something?
No, we paid particular attention. If Hollis doesn't get off, they have trouble. And he has such tremendous skill for that size, especially, and so. But he has some weaknesses also. He's not the strongest going off the bounce. So we really just put pressure on him on the perimeter and did a good job of switching out and really being there on the catch with him. But again, I give them credit because they found other ways to score.
Coach, with the way this game was played back and forth and really not well played in terms of sloppiness.
Really, it was
both ways. Yeah, but I mean, you have your chance at the end. You're in it on the road. How disappointing is this for you guys?
Yeah, it's a loss. It's a loss. It's a loss that we let slip away and didn't find a way to win. We found a way to lose. So that's all you have to say. It's a loss. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
And ladies.